Hello, it's Eli with the Polk County Library System Teen Department. I don't know why I struggle over that like every week. It's always the same thing, but I'm here today to show you how to use the craft kit that is out this week to make foil relief art. Um, so it's got everything you'll need. Let's go ahead and go through what's in here. Um, so carefully extract this from the bag. Don't want to hurt the foil too much. It can get a little fragile. All right, so you will of course have your instructions this time. Your instructions will, let's see, let me make sure this is working. I think the Instagram isn't working. Whoops. Let's see, let me get that one going real fast. Live. Okay, getting Instagram on board. All right, hey, Eli with the Polk County Library System, Young Adult Department, Teen Department, whatever you want to call it. I'm here to go over our craft kit for this week and how to work it. So this week it is foil relief art. If you want to see some examples, I posted some examples online of the ones I've made already. So like a jack-o'-lantern and some bats, because I am definitely feeling in the season for the holidays. My reading is a spooktacular shirt. I am not ashamed of my Halloween puns at all. Going through the kit and what you'll get in the bag, you will have this little list with everything you have and a few things you might also want to have with you to make this. So you will get 2 pieces of cardboard that'll be about the same size. These are your base for your art. You will have yarn. It's this red yarn. You'll also get, of course, a couple sheets of foil and some templates that you can use to design your work of art. In case you don't have anything already in mind, you can totally like freehand it, get creative, do it however you want. You'll also get 2 cotton swabs, 2 toothpicks, and 2 popsicle sticks. I forgot what they were called, but those will all be bundled in with your yarn. And then you will get a little cup of glue and a little cup of black paint. And that is what all is going to be in your kit. And some things you may also need, you'll want scissors to cut your yarn, to cut out your templates if you want to cut those. And you might also want to have a pencil if you want to trace out your design. And I've also found that hot glue works really well for these, but I couldn't put like hot glue guns in the bags. So if you have a hot glue gun at home, feel free to use that. Be careful, of course, they're hot, it's hot glue, it's in the name. But it works super well for this. So what you'll want to do first is take your piece of cardboard and decide what you want your design to be, and then you can draw it or sketch it out however you want to do it. I think this time I'm going to do candy corn. So I'm just going to sketch out a piece of candy corn. I love candy corn. It's very widely debated whether it's wonderful or terrible, but I think it's delicious. Also, those little pumpkins, little mellow cream pumpkins, I'm a fan. Let's see, so I've got kind of a rough triangular shape for my candy corn. And then I'll do the little lines across. And this, what you draw on here is just kind of a reference for where you're going to put your glue and your yarn. So if you're doing this with what came in the kit, you'll use the yarn and the white glue. If you're using hot glue, you'll just run like a line of hot glue along all the lines you sketch out, and that will be your design, like your shape. So once you have your design sketched out, so now I've got my candy corn, I'll be at an angle because sure, why not? Then what you want to do is get your yarn and your glue. And first you'll put some glue down and then glue down the yarn all the way around. So I'm going to see if I can angle this down a little. No, it's not going to it's not going to do the thing, but I can kind of show you guys as I go along. You can use the Q-tip for applying your glue. That works really well for that if you're using this glue, but you'll want to save at least one of your Q-tips to put the foil down as well. So just kind of a by the way on that. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of dab the glue around. So this is how much of it I've glued so far, and now I'm going to take my yarn and careful not to drag it through various bits of glue other places. I'm going to put it down and kind of press it into the glue. You don't want to stretch it too much as you put it in the glue because it'll kind of, if you stretch it out, it'll then like, it gets weird. So let it be kind of loose as you put it on the glue. Make sure you press it down to get it, into the glue. And you just want to continue around your design. If you have really sharp angles, you may need to cut some pieces. What I'm going to try to do for this, because candy corn is kind of soft around, around the edges, have like harsh angles. I'm going to try to do at least all around the outside with one, and then maybe cut little pieces for the stripes that are, in the middle. And this is another like no real right or wrong way to do this. Like be creative, have fun. That's what matters. And you do not have to do a Halloween design. I'm just like super in the Halloween spirit. It's my favorite holiday, so I'm here for it. What are we doing? Okay, starting to go dark over there. And actually, as you use your Q-tip, it may kind of like get stringy and weird, but that's actually good because it makes better lines that way. So don't worry if that starts happening if you're using a Q-tip. All right, just pressing that into the glue all the way around. So you get your entire design. And remember, don't pull it too tight because like I just did that. I tried to pull it too tight and then it tried to pull off of where I wanted it. So that's not what I want to do. And just kind of work it around on your little sketch you made. Or you can do it freehand. You don't have to do a sketch beforehand if you don't want to. Another totally up to you sort of thing. I gotta have something to work with. And don't worry if your glue gets a little all over the place, because after you have this glued, you have your design glued down with the yarn, you're actually going to want to go over everything on here with glue. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my yarn. I can kind of finish up this line. I'm actually gonna, like, it's hard to do like sharp angles with this. So if you need to do sharp angles, I would recommend cutting it. Kind of managed to get it the way I wanted it there though. And that's all one piece, just like started here and go around and wrap through. Kind of looks like a piece of pizza right now, but I don't hate that. But I am going to go ahead and cut this last little piece that's going to go down at the bottom. All right, and so I've cut that piece. There's a little more glue there to secure it across. Like I said, don't worry if it's kind of messy, like that's fine. Because once you've got your yarn all glued down, which I almost do, then you're going to want to go and glue the whole thing. You want glue all over this because that's how you're going to attach your foil. All right, so I trim that a little more to make it fit better. All right, so I've got my yarn all glued down. You can see there's like glue kind of oozing out. Doesn't matter, totally fine. So now you want to take it, and I'm going to kind of get a whole bunch and put not a super thick layer of glue, but a bit of glue all the way around everything on this whole piece of cardboard. because that's how we're going to get the foil to attach. Do be careful when you're doing it not to like push your yarn out of the way of where it's supposed to be. But it's pretty pliable. I mean, you can push it back, you know, where it goes. And this is where most of your glue is going to go. It's going to go into doing this. You do want to try to get it as close to the underside of the yarn as you can so that you can really get it to pop when you put the foil on there. Because you're going to basically glue down the foil and smooth it in as close to the yarn as you can, and it will make your design pop out from the foil, which will give it a really cool texture. And then you can do cool stuff too. Also, if you don't have it glued down really well, you won't really be able to etch into the foil very well. That's what the Q-tip, or not the Q-tip, Q-tips are for etching. That is what the toothpick is for. The toothpick is for etching into your foil. All right, so I've got the inside of this done. I'm just smoothing some more out around the edges. I want to be able to get that foil really glued down. If you want to see kind of how far I've got that much glue on it. I don't want to let it dry too much, so I'm trying to work pretty quickly. This is also something that, like, if you have a glue stick, that works really well to like quickly get the glue spread out, or if you have like a paintbrush that you can use. Just remember, if you use a paintbrush with glue, wash it really well, because paintbrushes don't like to have glue on them for very long. You want to wash that out before it like dries into your paintbrush bristles. Okay, we are on our last little bit here. Also, while I'm still working on this, I do want to let you guys know, if you haven't seen already, we are doing a costume contest, as well as a pumpkin painting contest for Halloween. So make sure to check that out. If you want to enter, you can comment on any of these. You can send me a message. You can even call the library for more information. And you can email teens, TEENS, at popelibrary.org. That's my email if you want to send in any submissions. But we are currently open for submissions through the 28th, I believe. Yes, because then we'll be judging on the 29th. The winners will be able to pick their stuff up on the 30th, which is the Friday before Halloween. So, you know, get that in so you can hopefully win. All right, I've just about got this. I'm afraid it's taken me too long and it's getting kind of dry in between, but I think this is going to be good. Got it nice and covered in glue. Oh, the sleep Instagram. Yeah, I don't know what it still is. So we've got that. And now I'm going to take foil. I'm not going to use a pre-cut piece because I don't want to take one out of a kit. And I apologize for the noise this is going to make. I don't know how loud it will be. I think that's good. Now it's up to you if you want the shiny side up or the less shiny side up. I mean, this foil is still a little shiny, but I'm going to put the shiny side up because I'm a fan of the shiny. So you want to press this down into your glue. And first, just press down with your fingers to kind of get it into the shape. You don't want to spread it out too much at first because you want to have that extra room so you can really get it to stick around your design. But once you've got that, here we go. You can see I've kind of got mine pressed in and you can see the candy corn shape. Then you can really like start smoothing it in. I fold over the edges on the back. And this is a great spot to use some tape if you've got it. Or you can also glue it down back here, up to you. But I just want to get this, pulled back so it's behind our canvas cardboard. All right. So now that that's smoothed back, we're on our way. You can take another Q-tip now, and you want to go in and kind of press in at the edges of where your yarn is. So you can see I'm kind of going in here and pressing it in, and that helps to really define those ridges and really sink it into the glue around this and give that shape good definition. Also, if your foil is wrinkly, that's fine. It will hold the paint a little better that way and give it like a weathered look. So it's kind of up to what kind of look you're going for. But go around, smooth everything down with the Q-tip. You can also do some smoothing with the craft stick, popsicle stick if you want to. But once you really have the shape defined, then you can go back in and start to do some etching with your toothpick and your popsicle stick to kind of give some extra dimension and designs. Okay, so now I've got that smoothed down and it looks like this. So you can really see the candy corn shape popping out. So now I'm going to get a toothpick and I'm gonna go in and I think I'm gonna do like some little like zigzags and just kind of designs and lines. And you do want to be careful not to press too hard with the toothpick because it will puncture the foil if you're not careful, like I just did like right there. So this one I'm just kind of doing these angular lines. You can write things with it. Doing swirly bits here. And then let's do some little like these squiggly things. And like I said, be careful because I just poked into the foil again. Also, if you wait till it dries more, it will work a little bit better. I'm trying to like not take forever on this, so I did not wait till it's dry, but that is my fault. So also, if you want to make it a little easier, you can dull down your toothpick, kind of break off the tip of it and like rub it on a hard surface to kind of flatten it down. It won't be quite as sharp. Which might help you also with the etching. But kind of just try to have a light hand as you go in and do that. I don't know what happened to that swirl there, but that's okay. All right, just a few more finishing touches here. Ooh, poking through the foil again. It's my impatience. But thankfully, this will be helped out a little bit with the paint. So the last thing you're going to want to do once you have, okay, so I've got kind of etched in candy there on the side. I gave it some designs. So what we want to do now, of course, you can sign your work of art if you'd like. I think I am going to do a little EL down here at the bottom, just because that's me. Now what you want to do is take this black paint and you want to apply black paint to like the whole thing, but then you're going to wipe it off with a paper towel. And I didn't bring one over here with me. So let me see if I have any napkins or anything in my bag, maybe. And this is the day when I do not. Let me see what I can grab from back here. Here we go. Paper towels. And of course, if you're doing this like on your table at home, you might want to put something down to keep from making too much of a mess with the paint. So what I usually do with this paint I'll just take it and kind of pour or like dab out a little bit. And you don't need like a ton because the goal here is to like spread it out and make it, just kind of give it a little bit of an aging. A little bit similar to sort of a dry brush thing, but it definitely gives it a sort of like weathered patina. So you take it and just kind of rub it into everything. So this is still on pretty thick, and then we're going to go over with another paper towel once I kind of get it in all the nooks and crannies on here, and wipe it back off, but it'll stay in everything that we've etched in. And if you grab the wet paint, you'll get fingerprints in it, which I'm definitely doing right now. All right, you're getting another paper towel, going in, and you can wipe or you can dab, like just, you know, not dab, but like dab. And you do kind of want to be careful not to take off too much of the paint. I mean, if you're doing some more on, but like if you put in a word, you want to, you know, make it where you can wipe off enough that it only sticks into where the word is. And it'll give it a really cool weathered look. And especially if your foil is more kind of wrinkled or scrunched, it'll give it a little bit more of that. And like I said, this one I've kind of rushed through, so it's not like it got to dry really well in between. I would let it dry before you, like you let the yarn dry before you put the paint on, before you put the foil on, sorry. And let's see, I think our foil is, our paint is almost done now, kind of cleaning it out. And thankfully the paint does help a little with any spots where you may have gouged. It helps with that. You will notice if you like wipe like this, it'll get like lines from that, or if you kind of dab at it, it'll give it a different, like more of a stipple texture. So kind of however you're trying to get yours to look. I did notice that where I did my C, it just kind of, it actually looks like this says Andy instead of Candy, unfortunately. But part of that's just the way I did it. And I might see if I can carve that in a little better without poking a hole in it. And then see if I can get some paint. Get that, okay. So I'm just giving this one a little doing it over, which is fine. You know, if you wipe off too much, you can put more on. If you put too much on, you can wipe it off. That works pretty well. Well, that's interesting. My initials down here at the bottom actually pretty much all didn't hold any paint. So if you can see that, that's neat. There's just, you know, different ways to do things. These are kind of rough paper towels, so I'd probably recommend a little bit softer ones to use. But okay, this is a little better. Now it looks like a C. Now it looks like Candy instead of Andy. Come back, Instagram. There we go. All right, so this is what I have finished. You can kind of see it says Candy there. It's a little weird on the video and the way the lighting is, but you can see it's got like this texture where I did all that. And it turned out pretty cool. You can do whatever sort of design you want. This is just what I came up with spur of the moment. So, you know, let your imagination go crazy, do whatever you want to do. Also, you might get paint all over your hands, but it's acrylic paint. It'll wash off your hands just fine. But just so you're aware. But yeah, and when you're done, don't forget to, you know, close up your containers, put things away, clean up after yourself as much as possible. But then you've got your really cool creepy looking art. And you can make this like as spooky as you want. You could do skulls or whatever. Um, it's very open to interpretation, which is the kind of art I like because, you know, art is subjective. Um, so do whatever you want. Um, but make sure you do check out our Halloween stuff we've got going on right now, all of our virtual Halloween. There's a costume contest, there is the pumpkin painting contest, and we also have Teentober going on right now. Oh, and there's a code for that. Now I have to remember what it was. That's a good question. It's going to be yarn. The code for today is yarn. So if you watch this, you can go to popecountylibrary.readsquared.com and sign in or make an account for our Teentober program. Put in the secret code YARN, and you will get points toward our October program. So whoever has like the most points at the end of that, we've got some prizes to give out. Got a lot of different things in there. There's like a watercolor kit, and we've got some shirts. We've got signed books, so lots of different things. But you should definitely check it out, and it's still going on for a little while longer. And there's a secret code in your kit as well. So that'll get you some more points if you pick up a kit. So thank you so much for checking this out. Hope you have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions, and don't forget to share your finished art. You can email it, you can send it to us on our social media, or you can even post it in our Discord. We've got a whole art channel on Discord. And if you need the information for that, just let us know. We can send you an invite link. But thanks for checking it out, and have a great day. Bye.